Hello and welcome to Total Body Conditioning. My name is Amanda. Let's get started with our warm up, the nice little jog. The only equipment you'll need today is totally optional. Use a medium to heavy set of weights just for reference. I'm using 8-pound dumbbells. Feel free to go higher, go lower. You can always use your body weight, totally an option. Nice little jog here, get your heart rate up. And then transitioning into some jumping jacks. Option to add that hop, but you can always take out that hop and just step from side to side wherever you're at, just moving here with your breath. And chest stays lifted. From a standing position, alternating opposite hand to toe, getting that leg nice and high. Keep it going. Let's do one more on each side. And then from a standing position, open side hip opener over to a side lunge. Chin and chest stays lifted. Welcome. If you're just joining us, we're just getting started to warm up, no worries. For equipment, totally optional, use a set of medium to heavy weights. And then staying low in your squat. Here, wide your hip toes, probably turned out, reach your arms out by your side. Reach down, tapping the opposite inside ankle. Chin and chest stays lifted. We have 3 sets of moves today. 4 moves in each side. We're doing them 4 times in a row. 1 more each arm. And then staying low in your squat, arms forward in a windmill motion. Chest stays lifted. And then reversing your arms. Shoulders stacked over your hips. Then we hinge forward at the waist. And then open and close your arms. Give yourself a nice big hug. And then squeezing your shoulder blades as you lift the arms. A few more here. And then coming down to a runner's lunge. Left leg forward, pressing into that left knee, not letting your left knee pass your toes. Opening up your right hip. And then straightening your left leg. Maybe point and flex your left toes. And then just switching sides when you're ready. Pressing into that right knee, not letting your right knee pass your toes. Opening up your left hip on this side. And then straighten that right leg. Maybe point and flex your toes. And then come on up to a standing position. No equipment is needed for our first set of moves. First set we have our skaters moving from side to side, really kicking that leg back behind you. We have 30 seconds on the clock, 10-second break in between each move. Keep it going. Moving here from side to side. Maybe reaching down, tapping the opposite foot. Maybe extending your legs further back behind you. Maybe making that step even wider. Keep it going. Last 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and grab your heavier set of weights. We have a single leg right deadlift to a right leg curtsy. Join me in 2 and 1. Single leg deadlift to a curtsy. So right foot just stays in front. Keep it going. Chin and chest stays lifted in that curtsy. Think about pressing your hips back as you come into that deadlift, gliding the weight down the front of your foot. Last 7, then we're going to switch sides. And 3, last 2, and 1. Shake it out, set it up for our other side. Straighten the opposite leg further back on the tippy toes. Single leg deadlift to a curtsy. As you come into that curtsy, option to keep the weights by your side. You can also draw the weights up towards your shoulders, whatever you prefer. Keep it going. Gliding that weight down the front of your shin and the single leg deadlift. And then coming into the curtsy. Last 5, 3, 2, and 1. Gently set your weights down. From a standing position, we have elbows wide behind the head, opposite knee, opposite hand, and then just switching. Opposite elbow to knee, opposite hand to toe. Keep it going. Using your lower abs to draw that knee higher up, crunching down, trying to tap your elbow to knee. Still going, still moving. You can also add a hop in between if you'd like. Last 3, 2, and 1. Shake it out. Right back to the top with skaters. Join me in 3, 2, and 1. Jumping from side to side. Maybe going for speed this round. This is round 2 of 4. Keep it going. Almost there. You can always also take out that hop and just step from side to side. Maybe really reaching for those toes. As you reach for the toes, simultaneously kicking the opposite leg back. And catch your breath. Grab those weights if you're using them. Use water bottles, candles, whatever you have around, just your body weight. Single leg deadlift to a curtsy. Sit on the front of your right leg and then stepping the left leg back. So left leg stays behind your right the whole time. Keep it going. Almost there. Still going, still moving. Last 3. Then we switch sides. Finish up wherever you're at. Pull your shoulder blades back. Switching the opposite foot behind. Same thing, other side. Single leg deadlift to a curtsy. Keep it going. Almost there. We're only doing 30 seconds for each move. You got this. Still going, still moving. Single leg deadlift to same leg curtsy. Really sticking your glutes back. Sliding way down the front of your shin. Go ahead and set your weight down the side gently. Back to a sitting position. From here, stay in the same stance, elbows wide. Opposite elbow to knee, opposite hand to toe, and then switching. Alternating sides. Maybe in that leg even higher up. Keep it going. Still going. You got this. Keep it going. Chin and chest stays lifted the whole time. Trying to keep the opposite elbow nice and wide. All right, catch your breath. Round 3, right back to the top. We have skaters. Side to side. Maybe jumping even further. Seeing how far you can jump. Really staying that opposite leg back behind you. Keep it going. You got this. Almost there. Round 3, last 10. You got this. Almost there. Last 3, 2, and 1. Gently grabbing your weight. Bring your left leg behind your right. Weights in both your hands. Slide the weight down the front of your right leg. And then curtsy. Join me when you're ready. Timer has begun. You all know I always like to make the most use of time. And even if it hasn't even started, we're still moving. Keep it going. Really sticking your bum back. Keeping your neck in neutral spine as you glide the weight down. Keep it going. Your front right leg is grounded into the ground. Just your left tippy toes are pressed into the floor. Shake it out. Roll your shoulder blades back. Resetting, placing your right foot behind the left. Single leg deadlift to a curtsy. Keep it going. Warming up those lower muscles. Chin and chest stays lifted as you come into that curtsy lunge. Just the right leg is moving. Last 10 here. Keep it going for 5. Last 3, 2, and 1. Finish up where you're at. Gently set your weight to the side. Back to our standing position. Opposite elbow to knee, opposite hand to toe. Elbows stay wide the whole time. Keep it going. Maybe your elbow and knee tap, maybe your hand toe tap. Maybe they just come super close. Keep it going. Almost there. Still moving, doing whatever you can today. Opposite elbow to knee, opposite hand to toe. For 2. Last 1. Go ahead and take it out right back to the top. 4th and final round. Make it your best yet. Starting with our skaters. Moving from side to side. Maybe you go for speed on this one. Last 30 seconds. Keep it moving. Skaters side to side. Maybe you take that leg even further back behind you. Maybe reaching down, tapping the opposite foot. Less than 10 seconds here. Keep it moving. Last 2 and 1. Come on up. Gently grab your weight. Staggering the left foot back. Single leg deadlift to a curtsy. Join me when you're ready. Slow it down as much as you need to. Not going for speed on this one. Using your active recovery. Still going. Still moving. Really gliding the weight down the front of your right shin. Last 7 before we switch sides. Last 2 and 1. Pull your shoulder blades back, relax your neck. Switching sides, right foot staggers back, or let me do the right time last. Single leg deadlift to a curtsy. Same leg is moving here. Chin and chest stays lifted. Last time doing a single leg deadlift and a curtsy for this evening. Unless, of course, you want to do it for fun later. Keep it going. Still moving, doing what you can for 7. Single leg deadlift to a curtsy for 3, 2, and 1. Finish up where you're at. Set your weights down off to the side. Elbows wide behind the head. Opposite elbow to knee. Opposite hand to toe. Timer has begun. You get a nice breather after this before our next set of 4 moves. 20 seconds to go. Power through. Chest stays lifted. Elbows stay wide. Last 10. Keep it going. For 5, 3, 2, and 1. Grab a sip of water. Try to keep moving. Maybe just tapping from side to side. Catch your breath. We will use our weights for our next set of moves. We still got 5 seconds. Grabbing both of your weights. Feet are hip width apart and parallel. Timer's begun. Deadlift. Weights on your shoulders to a squat to an overhead press. Palms stay facing in with the overhead press. Keep it going. Feet are grounded into the floor. Still going, still moving. 30 seconds fly by when you're having fun. Last 3, finish up wherever you're at. All right, set the weights at the front of your mat. Come down to a high plank. We have a high plank. Hike up to a down dog and passing the weight between your opposite hand, opposite foot, and then back. Using your lower abs to really lift your hips up nice and high. Not setting that weight on your foot or your hand. Keep it going. Still going. Last 5, 3, 2, and 1. Let the weights off to the side. Stay at the top of your area. We have 2 jumping jacks to a burpee to 2 plank jacks. Join me when you're ready, stepping or hopping between your burpee and your jack, doing what you can. 2 standing jacks to a burpee, coming down to your high plank, stepping or hopping to 2 plank jacks. Last 7. Finish up wherever you're at. Come down onto your mat. From here, laying all the way down. One weight in each hand. Legs up to the ceiling. Legs are zipped together. Strong point through your toes. Elbows are softly bent. We're going to do a chest fly to a toe reach and then back down. So bringing the weights to touch. As the weights are touching, draw your fingers up towards your toes, using that core. Keep it going. Legs stay completely still up to the ceiling. Chest fly to a toe reach. Whew. So they went by fast. All right, come on up to standing. One weight in each hand. So feet are hip width apart and parallel. Deadlift. Weight on your shoulders. Squat. Overhead press. Keep it going. This time, glide weight down both of your shins. Core is engaged. Neck at neutral spine. As you glide the weight down the front of your shins for 7. Keep it going. And finish up wherever you're at. Set the weights underneath your hands. Come down to your high plank. Grab the weight in your right hand. Hike it up and place the weight toward your left foot. Come back to your high plank. Weight in your left hand. Bring it down towards your right foot. And then grabbing the weight and bringing it back. Moving here between your high plank and down dog by hiking your hips up using your lower abs. If you don't have the weights or don't want to use them, just imagine you're grabbing your opposite ankle and then coming back to your high plank. Last 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and place the weight to the side. Come to the top of your area. 2 jumping jacks. Step or hop to your burpee. Down to your high plank. 2 plank jacks. Step or hop back to standing. Keep it going. So moving from a standing position to a plank and that burpee by stepping or hopping, adding those jacks in. Keep it going. Last 5. You get to lay on your back next. All right. Grab one weight in each hand. Go onto your back. Step your legs up towards the ceiling. It can be straight or a 3/4 bend. One weight in each hand. Chest fly to a toe reach. Low and control here. Really using your core to lift up. Lifting your shoulders completely off of the floor. Your lower hips stay planted into the ground. Keep it going. Chest fly to a toe reach. Last one. Come on up to standing. Go one way in each hand. Feet are hip width apart and parallel. Deadlift. Weight on your shoulders. Squat. To overhead press. Core is engaged. Keep it going. Moving here with your breath. Almost there. This is round 3 of 4. Last 10. Keep it going. For 3, 2, and 1. Place weight to the top. Come to your high plank. Weight in the right hand. Place it down by your left foot. Come back to your high plank. Weight in the left hand. Down by your right foot. And just switching. Keeping it going. Moving from high plank to a hiked up down dog. Using your lower abs. Coming back to your full plank. Core is engaged. Last 10. Still going. For 3. Last 2. And 1. Go ahead and set the weights off to the side. Come to the top of your area. Pre jumping jack. Step or hop to your high plank. Step or hop to your high plank jack. Moving here, doing what you can. Maybe trying to go a little bit faster this round. Challenging yourself. Almost there. Last 7. And then come on down. Grabbing one weight in each hand. Lay on your back, laser zipped up towards the ceiling. Chest fly to a toe reach. Drawing your weights together. Reaching up for your toes and then rolling back. Keep it going. As you do your chest fly, drawing the weights together, just your head stays lifted. Your shoulders are pressed into the floor. And then lifting your shoulders up once the weights are touching. Last 7. Keep it going. Still going. All right, come on up. 4th and final round. You got this. Make it your best yet. Deadlift. Weight on your shoulders. Squat. Overhead press. Keep that core nice and engaged. Almost there. Doing what you can today. Remembering why you showed up. Still going. Last 10. Deadlift to a squat with an overhead press for 5. Last 3. And 1. Place the weights up by your hands. Come down to your high plank. Grab the weight in your right hand. Place it by your left ankle. Come back to your high plank. Grab the weight in your left hand. Place it down by your right ankle. And then switching. Keep it going. If you're not using the weight, just piking your hips up and tapping the opposite ankle. Core is engaged the whole time. Last 1. Finish up where you're at. Set the weights off to the side. Come to the top of your area. We have 2 jacks. Step or hop down to your high plank. 2 jacks in your high plank. Last time doing this. Keep it going. Looking so good all across the screen. Last 3. And 1. Come on down to the floor. Grab one weight in each hand. Dip your legs together up towards the ceiling. Chest fly to a toe reach. Nice breather coming up after this. Keep it going. Only your shoulders are lifted once the weights are touching and you're reaching for your toes. Ten seconds to go. You got this. Push through all the way to the end. Last 3, 2, and 1. Set your weights off to the side. 4 brand new moves coming up. Grab some water. You still got 10 seconds. No equipment needed for our first set of moves. First set we have, coming to a high plank, we have mountain climbers. Same knee to same elbow. You can step it. You can also add that hop. Core is engaged. Moving here and doing what you can. Last 10. Mountain climber, stepping or hopping. Drawing that knee up to your chest for 5. Last 3, and 1. Come on over to your back side, grabbing one weight, rolling on your back, bringing the soles of your feet down, so butterfly feet, weight at heart center. We're going to come up to a sit-up, and then extend the weight out back to your chest, and then rolling back. So a single weight in your hand, full range of motion sit-up. As you come to that seated position, extend the weight out in front, and then pull it back in. You can extend your feet as far as you like, making more of a diamond shape. Still going. Last 3 and 1. Grab your second weight. Roll back down. Soles of your feet are still together. One weight in each hand. From here, a little bit of a challenge. We have a glute bridge in that butterfly position with a chest press. So lifting the weights up, thumbs tap as you lift your hips, and then releasing your hips down as your elbows come down back towards your sides. Keep it going. Working the glutes, working your core, working those chest muscles. Knuckles stay facing up towards the ceiling. Soles of your feet pressed into one another. Pinky toes pressed into the ground. Butterfly glute bridge with a chest press. And then set everything down. From here, set one weight off to the side. I lie. Come up to a standing position. Feet are wide in your hips, toes are facing forward. We're going to come to a lateral lunge, bringing the weight on each side, and then back to standing. You can do it with one weight or with both weights, whatever you prefer. I'm just drawing one weight on either side of my foot as I come down to my lowest lateral lunge. Coming back to standing position, not moving your feet for 3, 2, and 1. Now we can set the weights off to the side, back to the top. Come to your high plank for our mountain climbers. Drawing the knee up towards the same elbow. You can also do it from a tabletop position with your knees under your hips and drawing your knee up towards your elbow. Whether you're in tabletop or high plank, doing what you can today. Maybe adding in that hop. Looking so strong all across the screen. You got this. Last 7. Round 2 for 3, 2, and 1. Come on over to the back side. Grabbing one weight. Weight between your palms at heart center. Butterfly feet, soles of your feet together. Butterfly set up. Extend out. Back in. Rolling back. Not going for speed here. Controlled movement. And you can bring your soles of your feet to one another. You can bring them as close to your body or further out if you like, making more of a diamond shape. One is not easier than the other. Keep it going. Trying to keep your knees close to the ground. And then rolling back, grabbing your second weight, still holding your feet together. Coming to that chest press position. Glute bridge, raise and lower with the chest press. One weight in each hand. Knuckles facing up towards the ceiling. Drawing your thumbs together as you lift your hips super high. Imagine somebody has a string underneath your hips and they're drawing it up towards the ceiling, squeezing your glutes. Engage your core as you lift your thumbs together and then elbows back down towards the ground. For 5. Last 3, 2, and 1. Come on up to standing. One weight in each hand still. Feet are wide in your hips, toes are facing forward. And then coming to an alternating lateral lunge. Back to standing position in between. Keep it going. Keeping your chin lifted as you come into that lunge. Very nice. Last 10. And we're right back to the top of mountain climber. And 3, 2, and 1. Let the weights off to the side. Find your high plank. Set up your mountain climbers, tabletop or high plank. And then drawing the same knee to same elbow. Stepping or hopping. Gaze is down between your thumb and index finger. Core is engaged. Still going. Just think it's only 30 seconds. You can do anything for half a minute. Last 10. We get to lay on our back in 5. Last 3, 2, and 1. Come on to your back. Butterfly your feet one weight between your palms at heart center. Full range of motion set up. As you're seated up, extend the weight. Pull it back in. Timer has begun. You guys know me by now. I always start earlier. You're always welcome to join me or start when the timer does. Full range of motion set up. Butterfly legs, soles of your feet together. Nice hip opener position as well. So think of it as you're also stretching while you're working your core, working your chest, working those arms. You got it. Roll on back. Still butterfly those feet. One weight in each hand. Chest press with a glute bridge, raise and lower. Join me when you're ready. Timer has begun. Maybe lifting your hips an inch or two higher. If your feet are further from your glute, your range of motion will be a little bit slightly less. That's totally fine. All right, squeeze your lift them as high as you can. Keep it going. Maybe your thumbs tap. Still going. Last one. Come up to standing. One weight in each hand. Feet are wide in your hips. Toes are facing forward. And then coming down to a lateral lunge. Back to standing. And then just moving from side to side. Coming back to your standing position before moving to the opposite side. Chest stays lifted. You got this. Last 10. Then we have one more round. Only 2 more minutes of work. Sounds so easy, right? All right, set the weights down. Come back to the high plank for mountain climbers. Also an option to do it from a tabletop position, knees under your hips, drawing your knees to your elbow. Maybe running it out this time, challenging yourself. Last time doing mountain climbers. Keep it going. Almost there. Still going. Gaze is down between your thumb and index finger. Last 5. 3, 2, and 1. Come on down. Grab one weight. Swing your palms, hands at heart center. Butterfly your feet. Full range of motion. Sit up. Extend the weight. Pull it back in. Rolling back. Going as slow as you need to. Still going. Still moving. Keep it going. Soles of your feet pressed into one another. Think about keeping your knees close down to the floor. Last 3, 2, and 1. Roll on back. Grab that second weight. Still soles of your feet together. We have our chest press with a glute bridge, raise and lower. Keep it going. Still moving. Still breathing. Squeeze your glutes at the top. Barely tap down before you're lifting your hips back up again. Core is engaged. Chest press with a glute bridge, raise and lower, keeping your feet in that butterfly position for 3, last 2, and 1. Rolling on up to standing. Here, widen your hips, toes facing forward, one weight in each hand. Lateral lunge, back to standing, lateral lunge. Keep it going. Chin and chest stays lifted. Imagine you're trying to stick your bum back towards the wall behind you as you come into that side lunge. You got this. Last 10 seconds here. Going strong for 5, 3, 2, and 1. Set the weights off to the side. And of course, I have a surprise. Grab some water. We have a fun burnout after this. All right. Let's see here. No equipment's needed, don't worry. Grab some water, catch your breath. Won't be any cardio, but you will need to catch your breath afterwards. All right. Just your mat and yourself is needed. We have a plank burnout, 1 minute each, starting with high plank, 2 side planks, and then a forearm plank. And we'll add some fun moves in there to help pass the time. All right. Catch your breath. Everyone good with water? Set it up for our high plank. Wrists are under your shoulders. Extend your legs back, just holding that plank. Core is engaged. Gazing down between your thumb and your index finger. Just holding here and breathing. At the halfway mark, we'll have an optional add-on. Core is engaged, drawing your navel up towards your spine. All right, halfway. Option add, alternating opposite shoulder tap. Key here is to keep your hips completely still, so we're not shifting right to left, left to right, and your hips stay facing down parallel to the floor below you. Imagine that your hips are headlights. Keep it going. Alternating shoulder tap. Always option just to hold that plank. In 5, we're going to come to a side plank, either right or left. Doesn't matter which one we start with. All right, side plank, bottom leg extends out in front. You can have your top hand up, just holding and breathing. Just enjoying it. Keeping your top hip stacked over your bottom. Give a fun add-on halfway. If you want to add on, bring your top elbow wide behind your head. We're going to draw our top elbow down, bottom knee up to tap, and then extend back out. So keeping your bottom leg in front of your top is key here. So you're really stabilizing your body on your top foot and your bottom arm. Always an option to also just hold that side plank. Keep it going. Last 7, push through. And 3, we're gonna switch the other side plank. All right, go ahead and switch. Bottom leg extends out in front. You can draw your top hand up to the ceiling. Just holding and breathing. Just holding the side plank feels so much easier after adding on, but it makes the time go by so much faster. Just holding, breathing, core is engaged, top hip stacked over your bottom hip. If you're adding on, draw your top elbow wide behind your head, draw your elbow down and your knee up. Keeping your hips lifted, working that core. Keep it going. You got this. So close. Keep it going. Last 10. Almost there. Tap and extend for 5. Low plank coming up next. All right, shift into your low plank on your forearms. Feet extend back. Just holding and breathing. Gaze down between your forearms. Nice flat back, core is engaged. Think about drawing your navel into your spine. Keep it going. If you're adding on, we have 4 moves. Right hip tap, left hip tap, come back to center, right knee tap, left knee tap. So alternating, single hip tap, come back to center, each knee tap. Keep it going. 20 seconds to go. You got this. Almost there. Keep it going. So strong, so close. Last 5. And 1. Squeeze everything down. Keep your forearms pressed into the mat. Lift your chest up, coming to a mini cobra. Press everything down. Bring your elbows wide, forehead on your palms, and then squeeze your glutes to lift your legs up, and then lower down. Bring your hands under your rib cage and lift up, coming to a full cobra. Looking over your right shoulder. Come back to center. Looking over your left shoulder. Come back to center. And then press your hips up. Widen your knees, coming into your lowest child's pose. Pressing your bum back towards your heels. And extend your fingertips out in front of you for a nice full body stretch. Slowing down your breathing. And then walk your hands over to the right side. Place your left hand on top of your right, and then press your left glute toward your left heel. Enjoying that stretch all along the left side body. And then slowly walk your hands over to the left side, placing your right hand on top of your left, and then pressing your right glute toward your right heel. Enjoying that deep stretch all along the right side body. Walk your hands back to the center. Maybe bending your elbows and then bringing your palms together, clasping behind your back. Or just placing your hands on your neck. Enjoying that tricep stretch. If you have your elbows bent, release them back down towards the floor, and then come up to your tabletop position. Wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. Doing a few cat and cows here with your breath. And then touch your toes, bring your hands upon front floor and lift your hips up. Come up for one last piked up down dog. Press your heels into the ground. Lift your heels up and lower your heels over to the right side for a stretch all along the right side. Lift your heels up again, bring them over to the left side, enjoying that stretch all along the left side here. Lift your heels again and lower them down to the center. Bring your right leg up and then drawing your right knee up to your right wrist. Extend your left leg back. Optional hold it here. You can also walk your hands back, lifting up your chest. You can also fold your hands down for a hip stretch. Maybe roll from side to side. And then plant your hands back down. Touch your left toes or bringing your right foot back. Extend your left foot up to the ceiling. Draw your left knee to your left wrist, extending your right leg back. Option to keep it here. You can also walk your hands to the center line of your body, lean your upper body up and back. You can also walk your hands down for a nice hip stretch. Option to roll it from side to side to even deepen that stretch. And then press your palms back into the ground. Touch your right toes. Bring your left foot back and walk your hands slowly towards your toes and just gently hanging your body loose. Nice loose neck. Maybe shake your head yes. Maybe shake your head no. Hands down towards the floor and gently rolling up slowly, one vertebrae at a time. Roll your shoulder blades back. Roll them forward. Nice big deep breath. One more. Awesome. Great work this evening, everyone. Thank you so much. Again, my name's Amanda. I was filling in for Ellen today. Hope you all enjoyed it. Have a great rest of your day. Thank you, everyone. Good to see you, Terry. Thank you, Patricia. Thank you, Cindy.
Bye, Pat.